We brought the Pakistan to its knees. We created a new nation called Bangladesh, and we captured 93,000 prisoners of war. Pakistan was made to surrender, and that is the defeat Pakistan has never forgot. Coming to Kargil War, yes, it is another defeat. But what you should know about the Kargil War is why Pakistan undertook this war.
Why was the Kargil region strategically so important during the Kargil War?
Okay, guys, if you see, where is Kargil located? Why it is so important? Which were the posts Pakistan occupied? How it created threat to India? Why it has become so important?
Jai Hind everyone, I am Cadet Sachinji from St. Claret College, 8 Karnataka Battalion NCC unit.
And I'm Cadet Sinchana V from 8 Karnataka Battalion St. Claret College. Welcome to a special episode of our St. Claret College NCC podcast commemorating Kargil Vijay Diwas. Kargil Vijay Diwas is not merely a celebration of military success. It is a remembrance of selfless service and supreme sacrifice of those who placed the nation above everything else. The stories continue to inspire generations of Indians, especially the youth, to serve the nation with pride, intelligence and dedication.
Today, we are truly honored to be joined by Major General Bhakuni VSM Sir. Major General Bhakuni Sir has participated in various operations including counter-insurgency operations, that is Operation Pawar in Sri Lanka, Operation Rakshak and Operation Parakram in Jammu and Kashmir. As a Major General, the officer has commanded the prestigious Garud Mountain Division. He also led the delegation to the United Kingdom and Nepal for mutual cooperation besides serving in Bhutan during a joint training mission. The officer has done numerous courses in the army, including the prestigious Staff College course from Wellington. He has MSc in Military Studies and Masters in Management Studies from Osmania University, Hyderabad. For last 2.5 years, the General Officer was heading the Selection Center South, dealing with the selection of officers from Army, Navy and Air Force through 3 selection boards functioning under him. He has in-depth experience of human personality and its development, interview techniques and selection process followed by Indian Army and various armies all over the world. He is one of the leading experts in the selection process in the country today. He is also part of the advisory board of Sri Satya Sai University for Human Excellence. So, on behalf of St. Claret College and 8 Karnataka Battalion NCC unit, we extend our heartfelt welcome and sincere gratitude for taking the time to be with us, sir.
Thank you so much. It's a very proud to interact with the students, and that too the NCC students of St. Claret College, because St. Claret College have been sending its students every year 3-4 times to our academy, basically for adventure training. And I have come to your college twice as the chief guest. So it's always a proud feeling whenever I interact with you people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Before starting the question, sir, we would like you to give us a little about the experience in the Kargil War, sir.
Okay, frankly speaking, I can talk about the Kargil War, but I never served in the Kargil. I served in the Leh, Ladakh. I served in the J&K. I had 6 postings there. I had 1 posting in Sri Lanka. But since I know the Kargil War, because I was in the army headquarters when this actual Kargil War was fought. But you can ask me any questions about the Kargil War, I will be able to answer. Sure, is that understood? Yes, because when the Kargil War was being fought, I was in the army headquarters. But whatever is going on, we always used to keep a track. And after this army headquarters posting, after command of my battalion, again I was posted to Leh. So I went to the same places where this war was fought and tried to get the first-hand details from the people who were serving there.
Thank you, sir. Without further ado, let's start with the questions. Why is Operation Vijay considered one of the greatest military success of India's history?
Frankly speaking, our 1971 war was a great success of Indian Army, which made a history in the whole world. See, in a 14 days war, 3rd December 1971 to 16th December, we brought the Pakistan to its knees. We created a new nation called Bangladesh, and we captured 93,000 prisoners of war. Pakistan was made to surrender, and that is the defeat Pakistan has never forgot. Coming to Kargil War, yes, it is another defeat. But what you should know about the Kargil War is why Pakistan undertook this war. Was the circumstances were very funny and India never expected it. Now, can you believe in February 1909, our Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji went to Pakistan through the Baga border. He went by a bus. That famous journey you can see, it still exists in the Googles. And even Nawaz Sharif came to receive him. And they signed the famous Lahore Agreement. But look at that time, the Chief of the Army Staff, Musharraf, he did not come to receive the Prime Minister. And Musharraf in 1984, when we captured the Siachen Glacier, he was posted somewhere around. He had never forgot this defeat or this capture of Siachen Glacier by India. So he perhaps wanted to take a revenge. Now here, the Prime Minister of Pakistan did not know what it is going on. And here Musharraf along with 3-4 generals had planned the Kargil War. Now you guys should understand why this Kargil War was so difficult, a challenging war, and at the same time one of the greatest victory of India. So I call it also a great victory, though this continued from the first week of May to the almost end of July for such a long time. Why it was challenging? It was a sector-based, small sector in the Kargil theatre, approximately 100 kilometers area this war was fought. It was not even in Leh Ladakh, it was not even the Srinagar, only in the Kargil Dras area it was fought. Now, see this, the Pakistan leadership also did not know about it, that the journal is planning something like this. What happens there, you people should understand. The LC, line of control which is called, that area, the line of control, during winters it is full of snow. And since as per the 1972 Simla Agreement, after the 71 war, we signed a Simla Agreement that the LC is inviolable. Nobody will cross the LC. We used to vacate the post. Pakistanis used to vacate the post. In summers, we used to occupy. It was going on because the agreement is there, Simla Agreement. They cannot come and occupy this. But look what the Pakistanis did. In 1909, early, say March, April onwards, they occupied these sites. Look at this. They occupied this almost 100 kilometers of the border and the main post, those posts which dominate National Highway 1 Alpha. This is right from Srinagar via Dras, Kargil to Leh and beyond to Siachen Glacier. So what a plan of Musharraf was, he will blame the terrorists. He will blame that these infiltrators have occupied this, though he has actually sent the NLI, what is Northern Light Infantry, which is the regular army of Pakistan. They were the one who occupied it. And we never knew about it. So on 3rd of May, one of the, the locals who had gone along with the cattle to those hilly areas, he saw 6-7 people in the black dress. And he got suspicious. He had a camera also with him. Okay, his yak got lost. The areas you have yaks. Yeah. And he came and informed the Indian Army. Then Indian Army did some reconnaissance. And that's why we came to know that Pakistan's irregulars, we never knew that time they are regulars, have occupied these hills. Now, why it is also called the greatest victory? See, the Pakistan regular army disguised as infiltrators had occupied those hills, and later Indian army fought against all odds and evicted them from there. Throughout the month of May, June, and right till the mid of July, when finally each one of either killed or made to run away or vacate from there. So that's why the Kargil War became another great victory by India. And more so, in 99, everything was in the TV. That's how this war became very famous. Otherwise, the other wars which India has won, whether it is 65 and 71, they were equally a great victory for India. But Kargil War still we fought against all odds and we won. That's how this has also become very famous. And that's why we are celebrating this.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for the knowledge, sir. So we'll be forwarding for the next question. Why was the Kargil region strategically so important during the Kargil War?
Okay, guys, if you see, where is Kargil located? Why it is so important? Which were the posts Pakistan occupied? How it created threat to India? Why it is become so important? Now, for that you have to understand little bit of geography of that area. See, as we go from Srinagar towards the Leh Ladakh area, the only route passes through Zojila Pass. See, and that area is a high altitude area. And during winters, the route gets closed because of the heavy snowfall. Now, see this, the Zojila Pass, the moment you start going down to the Dras region from there, and that National Highway 1 Alpha, that goes from Dras, Kargil, beyond to Leh, and further ahead to the Siachen Glacier, right up to the base camp. Also, there is a route from there. So, this route is very important. That is the lifeline of Leh Ladakh. Okay? Now, see, Pakistan did a smart act to take the revenge of 1984 when we captured Siachen Glacier. Because Siachen Glacier was never mentioned in the 1972 Shimla Agreement. They said that wherever LC and beyond that it will go, the LC will go to the northern side. But it was not clearly defined. And that's the reason in 84 we occupied it, because it was a dominating height. Now, see, Pakistan, particularly General Musharraf, wanted to take a revenge. And some sources say that Pakistan had already planned it for the last 12 years. They had this plan. They were looking for an opportunity to execute this plan. Now, what the Pakistan did in 99, early February, March, they started occupying these hills. Why these hills? Because these hills, in case some people occupy these hills, the 1 Alpha, the National Highway 1 gets blocked. See, they can easily see and fire from those posts which they occupied. Because in winters, this was traditionally vacated by Pakistan and India. We knew from where the LC passes through, but they came inside the LC. 7 to 10 kilometers they came inside the LC. And they occupied those hills. And which we never came to know. And that's why strategically this lifeline, to dominate this, that is what the Pakistan thought. It is strategically so important. If it is cut off, well, the entire Leh Ladakh area, Siachen Glacier, everything gets cut off. That's what the region.
Thank you, sir. We'll go with the next question, sir.
Yeah.
How do military leaders build trust and confidence within their team, especially during high pressure combat situations?
Okay. For that, I salute our training institutions. See, whether it is NDA. See, 3 years in NDA, 1 year in IMA, you are getting trained. The ethos of Indian Army. Things we learn from our seniors. See, and the kind of training we undergo, not only you people may be thinking once you become an officer, the training has finished. No. During the first 8 years, I did 8 courses. See, you have the YOs, you have commandos, you have junior command course, you have senior command course, you have higher command course, so many courses you keep doing. Then you do staff college in between. See, these training institutions, you get evolved into a leader. You keep learning. And you know the ethos of the Indian Army. You know how to set an example. You are taught how to lead from the front. And the best part you are taught is not only leading from the front, but setting an example towards your juniors so that they can follow you. Look at that. That is the best part of it, where you always set an example, where you always lead from the front. And one of the things which I love of the Indian Army, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Look at this. So, we remember it. So many times I have also undergone many tough situations in life during the counter-insurgency operation, but you remember, okay, these problems will come, these challenges will come. Since you are taught that I am tough now, I will get going in spite of these challenges, in spite of these obstacles. See, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So, if you are a tough guy as an officer, you are supposed to be tough because you are a leader. So, that is what the ethos and the training of Indian Army and leading from the front, such kind of ethos make an army officer different. You have no choice. Everybody is a little bit scared. Everybody is a little bit afraid. But you got to suppress that for a greater feeling for your troops, for your unit's name, for the national, sort of sacrifice for the nation, because nation also comes first.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for that, sir. We'll move for the next question. Could you share your memories or reflections on the Kargil conflict?
Okay. Yes, 2-3 things. Very, very interesting memories I have. I was in Army headquarters. Very interestingly, the person I relieved as a Lieutenant Colonel, I had gone to the Army headquarters in 1998. And I relieved, you'll be very surprised, I relieved Lieutenant Colonel Khushal Singh Thakur. You may be wondering, who was this Khushal Singh Thakur? And he went from there, he was going to Valley, I still remember, I think Manasbal. His unit was 18 grenadiers he was going to command. Look at that. So he is the one who was going to command 18 grenadiers. And once he reached there, and 99 beginning, this war started. October, I had relieved him. Just about 4 months later, he got involved in this war. Now, very interestingly, his 2IC, Lieutenant Colonel Vishwanath, can you believe, just about a month before, I was doing a senior command course with him. And he also told me that he has been posted to JNK. I told him, ki your CO I know very well, who is now come, and we were talking and we used to have good friendship. And see, his 2IC, Lieutenant Colonel Vishwanath, and he was also a good friend of mine. Now, the very interesting memory I have, after some days, somewhere around, early June or so, I don't remember the exact date, somewhere in mid-June, I will say, I came to know that Lieutenant Colonel Vishwanath is no more. He has laid down his life. Since I knew that day, I remember that day. I came to know, I was sitting in the office, we came to know about it and really felt very bad. And after just 3-4 days, Colonel Khushal Singh Thakur, who was the CO, who was leading his battalion 18 grenadiers, we did a terrific job there. He was the one who got involved right from beginning, even without acclimatization, coming all the way from Manasbal to this place and then fighting, getting involved into a battle. So I went to his home, and his home was just in front of the army battle honor mess in the officer colony. Can you believe, when I went to his home, and his wife was really very sad, his daughter, I met both of them, and they told me there is no communication from Colonel Khushal Thakur. Hardly he could speak to home. And they came to know also that Lieutenant Colonel Vishwanath has laid down his life. So since he was my friend, both of them, CO and the 2IC, so I also felt very bad and talked to them for about an hour or so and then left. I can't forget that meeting because she was really worried. What is going to happen now? Because no news was coming from there. Are you getting me? There were no mobiles, no telephones, nothing. Because they were all communicating through the radio set. But how do you communicate to your home? It is a letter. You send an inland letter. That will take about minimum 1 month or maybe 20 days to reach. That was the condition. Then every soldier who laid down his life was in news, was in the headline. See Bikram Batra's. Who can forget his dialogue? Ye dil maage more. Who can forget Sher Shah? Because you have to grant the Indian press also. It highlighted it in a very positive manner, in the correct manner. Thanks to the Indian press. I mean, Barkha Dutt went right there where the fight was going on, almost in those areas, where the troops came to rest and recoup. She was interviewing the people. So that's how there was an awakening in the India because of good press coverage of that area. Otherwise, 71 war got unnoticed. There have been many heroic actions in that also. So that is what it is. These were the memories and where everybody played a great role.
Thank you, sir. What message do the sacrifices of the Kargil heroes leave for future generations?
See this, each one of them has proved. Look, the leaders like Lieutenant Colonel Vishnath laid down their lives. Officers leading from the front laid down their life. Bikram Batra, or you take any name, Major Adhikari, or even Lieutenant Pandey, Manoj Kumar Pandey. See, the leaders laid down. Do you think there was any delay and stoppage in the operation? No. See, in spite of that, the operation continued. In spite of this, the next leadership took over and moved forward. See, in one of the operation where Colonel Khushal Thakur was, climbing up the hill, where the unit was fighting, and one RT shell came, and I was told his 8 to 10 soldiers died on the spot. Can you believe the operation used to take place in the night, even in that altitude area. In the night, they used to move because snappers sitting on top can pick you and shoot you exactly where they want. Now, whole night, he remained with about 10 to 12 bodies. And when, another officer, CO of 13 Jackrif, I think Lieutenant Colonel Joshi, met him. He narrates this. I saw Khushal Thakur. Obviously, he was in a gloomy mood, but yet his fighting spirits were very high. And he saw him in a small bunker. All around him, these bodies. That is the condition. You can't imagine this. I, as a soldier, can understand it. But yet you fight. Yet they captured the hill. Look at this. That time they were going to capture 5140, 13 Jackrif, which was again captured by them. And last one they captured was 4875, where Bikram Batra laid down his life. See this, and 5140 was the highest peak, how they went, how they attacked. But by then things had improved. Our artillery support was there, our Bofors gun had reached. And before that there was nothing. The worst part, when the troops initially reached, see this, they were not acclimatized at all. And in that altitude area where the height is 16 to 17,000, you can't even breathe. After 10-15 yards, you have to stop to take breath. So that was the condition they fought. And they are climbing and the enemy is sitting on top. Yet, they evicted each of the enemy, killed them. Yet see the greatness of Indian Army, told Pakistan to take their bodies. That is what the Indian Army is all about. That's how the leadership fought. This is what the leadership is telling the future generation, that you got to lead from the front. Victory has to be achieved at all cost. For that, sacrifices is very, very natural. So the future generation has to think about it, and they have to ensure that they set better examples than this.
Yes, sir, that's very inspiring. Let's move to the next question. What does patriotism mean in today's India, especially for the younger generation?
Okay, I will say the bigger lesson of patriotism is If you are really responsible person, if you really want to become a good citizen, if you really want to become a leader, firstly, there has to be a natural love for the nation. The second thing, whatever rules, regulation the nation lays down, even for youngsters like you, following the traffic rule, following all the rules and regulations, becoming a better human being, becoming a better citizen, inspiring others for the nation, that is what matters. Not that the kind of, some people are doing, trying to divide the people, divide the nation. We have to do as soldiers, see, we have to unite them. So that is the feeling you people have to show the path that, all religions in Indian Army are respected. Under one roof, we have Mandir, Masjid, Gurdwara. See, we have a Sai temple here. Next, we have constructed it. See, we call it Sarva Dharmisthal. Not that I have given this name. In army, we call our Mandir, Masjid, Gurdwaras as Sarva Dharmisthal. Now today's youth, gets divided. We are one when it comes to the nation. So that is what we have to teach. The politician may divide us, but new generation has to remain united. Each religion is contributing towards the nation building. That is the message the new generation has to give. That's what we would like them. Follow the rules and regulations of the nation. Follow our constitution. Let there be no doubt. Create that nationalism in every citizen and respect all religions so that everyone can contribute towards the nation building.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for the knowledge and the insightful thoughts. As we come to the end of this special episode, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest for sharing such inspiring thoughts and valuable experiences with us, sir.
Thank you. I really enjoyed. Yeah.
Kargil Vijay Diwas is not just a remembrance of historical victory. It is a tribute to the unmatched courage, sacrifice, and patriotism of our brave soldiers. Their dedication reminds us that the freedom we enjoy today has been earned through massive success.
As NCC cadets and responsible citizens, let us honor their legacy by serving our nation with discipline, integrity, and commitment.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope this conversation has inspired you to learn more about legacy of our Indian Army. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you and Jai Hind.